Explore the thought of producing food in the urban jungle. With limited space and resources, it is still achievable. Living in a tiny apartment or building? Watch this to learn how I manage.
Hey guys, hi my plant besties. Welcome back to my channel here in Lady Enchantress Garden. I have promised you last time that I will upload a video about growing food in your own balcony or in your own space. Imagine you're living in a city and you don't have some space. You can't do backyard gardening. You can't do even like front yard gardening. So what are the things that you have to do if ever you would like to grow your own food? Now that most of us are at home, I would just like to share to you the information, the tips, the techniques that I have learned towards the past 5 years of doing urban container garden. All the videos and the photos you would see on this material are all mine and my actual plants that I have cared for the past 5 years. So if you haven't yet clicked subscribe to my channel, I hope you can click subscribe and share it to your friends for those who are starting just to grow their own greens and their own plants and veggies at home.
Leafy greens are easy to grow. Despite the minimal demands, they are unforgiving. They are not your wife. For a few seasons, I managed to grow strawberries and also some funny looking peppers. Yes, they are what they are. Seeds can be started like this, not necessarily on seedling tray. Let's start with the most important aspect of gardening. Know what kinds of plants you're growing so you would identify how much sunlight they need. Most of the greens does not really require so much sun. 4 to 5 hours in a day morning sun is basically the minimum requirement. I have done this in the past and I think it will just be good on your side. More sun, the better. But the spinach and broccoli and lettuce are not so happy with so much afternoon sunlight. They are good with the morning sun from the east. Check the most sunny spot in your house and position your plants well. Nightshades are ideal on the west with intense sun. Now, we choose what plant to kill or to grow. Mulberries, as I have mentioned in my previous videos, are the easiest plant you can grow with. Tomatoes and the rest of the nightshades demand calcium other than standard nitrogen. String beans do better in my rooftop, but prepare for the battle of ants. Identify the plants, veggies, and herbs that you usually use in your kitchen. In that way, consumption is more rewarding. I am an organic gardener, so I will let those who want to grow synthetically decide which kind of plant food or fertilizer they will use. It is of importance for urban organic gardener like me to have access to good compost, quality compost. Together with FAA and FFJ, you are good to go. Greens prefer high nitrogen in the soil, which is the N in the NPK in your fertilizer. What you are seeing right here is a vermicompost, basically just a shit or a poop of a worm. I'm doing my own compost because I wanted to save environment. Like, yeah, sounds far off, but it actually makes a difference if everybody or a lot of people are doing it. This rich black soil is the vermicompost on the left, homemade from my kitchen. Basically just kitchen waste. And the ones here on the right is the standard garden soil here, basically the backyard soil of your grandma's house. This is so rich and so sustainable if you wanted to do a long-term gardening because it does not take like 1 to 2 days for this to be like this. Imagine like this is the eggshells, these are the veggies from the kitchen and eventually would turn into this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's reflect and know ourselves. If I manage to maintain a job 9 to 5 and travel from Mindanao doing a lot of things and also being called up in the north to do some work, then you can do it. There are plants that does not need to be watered every day, and there are also plants that you don't have to water at all, just like this mango tree I planted 20 years ago. And there are unforgiving plants, as what I mentioned in the intro. You can either have a drip irrigation or you can ask somebody to water your plants. Just know your schedule and your watering needs. Growing plants is not just for me aesthetic. Although look at these cherries, they look so good in the morning while having coffee. This leftover chicken paired with fresh bok choy tastes so much better. And you can always make an easy pesto pasta from your basil or have yourself a hearty breakfast from your fresh tomatoes. Everyone needs help at a certain point.
This is my first time I've seen like kind of shrimp. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to grow your own food even if you don't have space or you just live in a building where gardening is a challenge. A quick shout out to my friend Alvin from Alvin Outdoor. Hi Alvin!
I found a time to bake some baguette, so I grabbed the leafy greens, cooked the chilies together with some leftover chorizo and viola. Fun me!